Hello? It's a beautiful day to be alive. Welcome back. My name is Whitney and I'm addicted to Fiddle Leaf Figs. Also known as the Ficus lyrata. I am addicted. I have no shame in that. I have way too many of them, and yeah, you know what, I have other plants that I love dearly, but nothing makes my heart flutter, butterflies in my belly, like a fiddle leaf fig. I'm so sorry, sweet angel, I'm so sorry. Okay, listen, this video's been a very long time coming. I'm sure if, you know, you're just like browsing the internet, you're like, what is this girl doing? Like, doing plant videos. I'm not a plant gal, I'm just a fiddle leaf fig gal, and I'm very open about my obsession. I have gotten 1,000,010 questions about how I care for all of my fiddle leaves, so I felt like it's finally time to talk about, you know, one of my loves that just holds a very special place in my heart. Nothing feels better than to take care of something else. Not ready for an animal? Can't have an animal? Not ready for children? The perfect substitute. Not too needy, but still needs ya, you know, and that's the best feeling. So let's jump into this. I don't know who's gonna be watching this video. I know there's a few of you that also love fiddle leaf figs, so I just figured, you know, let's do this. I am by no means a fiddle leaf fig expert, okay? But I do have, how many fiddles do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8 like big mambo jumbos and 4 little propagations I got. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, just because it's working for me. I don't know if it's gonna work for you. I don't know. Let's begin by talking about where I get all of my fiddle leaf figs, because this is a very popular question. And let me tell you, listen, this plant is so popular right now. I feel like everyone and their mother has one or wants one. And that's saying a lot, because my mom does not love plants, and she actually told me she was thinking about getting a fiddle leaf fig. So it's true, everyone and their mother either has one or wants one. My favorite place to get good, healthy fiddles that I really trust are plant nurseries. So just get on your Google Maps, find plant nurseries. I would call them up, see if they have any in stock before making the trek over there, okay? Nothing's worse than when you're like so giddy on your way to buy something you want so bad and they don't have it. So definitely recommend calling first. I have seen them at Home Depot. I've seen them at Lowe's. The other day I was at Whole Foods. I saw one there. I've seen them at IKEA. You guys tell me the crazy, oh, Costco? I've seen Costco even have them. I have seen these fiddles everywhere. So just keep your eyes peeled. When I want like big chunky gals like my tree back here, even this tree, where did I get you? Heaven? She came from heaven. They all came from heaven. Where did I get you for real? I think I got it at plant nursery too. For my big chunky guys like these 3, I always get them at plant nurseries. I have also seen little baby fiddles at Target. I bought one of those and I gave that away too. So that is where I purchased my fiddle leaf figs. When you first bring a fiddle home, it is so important to just leave it alone, especially if you're bringing it home from a plant nursery where it's like you walk in and you can't breathe because it's so humid. Your fiddles need time to adjust when they come home. I don't repot it, I don't water it, I keep it away from all my other fiddles just in case it has some infections, okay? I would never put a new plant next to all of my plants that are happy and healthy living in my home. Let it be by itself for a week and then, you know, check it out. Does she need water? Does she need to be repotted? This is my most recent fiddle purchase and I have not repotted her. I just stuck her in this. I watered her and that's it. That's all I've done to her so far. So don't freak out. They need time to acclimate in their new environment. So just let them be. Fiddles are finicky, very picky. They're crazy girls. They're sensitive like me, a Pisces. Oh my gosh, I'm literally a poet. I get DMs about fiddle leaves all the time, and fiddle leaves are very, I don't want it to hear me, but they're so dramatic. Literally the most dramatic plant in the entire world. Fiddles seem hard to care for until you figure it out, and then that's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So if your leaves are browning on the outside, it could be due to many reasons. Underwatering, it's too dry in the air. I live in a very dry climate, so I always have to supplement my humidity with a humidifier. That's how much I love these babies. Browning on the outside of leaves like this, a little bit right here, is due to basically a dry plant. Underwatering, it could be by air drafts. It hates, if you got your fiddle by a vent, you better get the heckle bob away from the vent, okay? Not a happy camper. It can also be due to trauma. Like I said, very dramatic, okay? So usually bringing it to a new home where it's gonna be very happy here, ma'am. It feels like that's a traumatic experience for them. So sometimes browning can happen because of that. If your leaves are browning from the inside, which has only happened to one, may she rest in peace, killed one fiddle leaf. She had a fungal disorder, disease if you will. She did die on me. So like I said, not an expert. That was a long time ago. That plant that did die, it was browning in the center of the leaves, which is usually due to a fungal disorder. And in that case, you better take this plant outside and repot that as soon as possible. May she rest in peace. I think one thing to remember, as your tree grows, fiddles will lose leaves at the bottom, and that's just like, it's the circle of life. If you are losing leaves from the bottom, don't freak out. Unless you're like losing a ton of leaves from the bottom. This tree actually just lost a baby leaf. I'll show you. Let me go get it from the trash can. I didn't throw her away. I threw her away. Here she is. Here's the leaf that she lost. It fell from the bottom, so I'm not too worried. If your tree's still growing and your leaves still look good and you lose a leaf, don't even worry about it. This little cute patootie, this is my, I don't like to play favorites, but I love this girl so much. This little cute patootie, oh my gosh, she lost like 20 leaves when I brought her home. I was a little worried, but now she's just growing. She's beautiful, so don't stress it. I feel like the issue that most fiddle leaf fig owners have is like one thing happens, like losing a baby leaf, and then they freak out and then they cause more trauma to the tree. Just leave her be. They're very independent creatures. They don't need us, but we need them, you know? The reason why I'm filming this video today is because today is watering day for all of my babies. They are all dried out, very important. If you drown your plants and they are constantly just soaked, it's gonna lead to root rot, and nobody likes root rot. Root rot is not good. So right now during the summer, from about, I would say like May to September, that's growing season, baby. That is where your fiddle will thrive. Every day I go around to every single one of my fiddles to see if any of them have new growth. Nothing brings me more joy in this life, I swear on my life. So during growing season, I do water them every 7 days. I'll show you, I make sure that everything is dried out beforehand, before I water them. When it's dormant season, so October to March, April, not only will your fiddle slow down in growth a lot, but also it needs to be watered a lot less. It acclimates with the weather outside, so during the winter, I will go every 10 days. But once again, my sidekick, she lets me know when my fiddles are parched, so follow along. Let's go water all of my plants. Very exciting day. Very exciting day. I love it. Very exciting day. Let's talk about watering our plant and feeding your plant. I have a few fiddles that I've had for like 2 to 3 years, and I had absolutely no idea that you're supposed to fertilize your plant. Your plant needs nutrients that sometimes the soil, once it's been in a pot for 1 to 2 years, it's not getting those same nutrients from the soil it's in. So if you want your plant to grow and be healthy, please, for the love of all things holy, don't make the same mistake that I made and not fertilize your plant. Feed it, baby. She's hungry. So I have a few plant fertilizers that I enjoy. This one is Plant Fertilixer. I like this one because I can use it on all of my plants. But this little cutie patootie, this is fertilizer formulated specifically for fiddle leaf fig trees. Liquid plant food with micronutrients. So if your apartment or home has soft water, please do not, I had to learn it the hard way, don't feed your plants soft water. All the salt in there, it doesn't like that, okay? So something I like to do, so I just have this big jug of water. You can use a pitcher of water. I fill this entire thing up. I add my plant fertilizer to the entire jug, and then I'll measure it out, and then I'll walk around with this. It makes life easier. I can walk around all 8 of my fiddle leaves like this, okay? And I just keep reusing this, keep refilling it in the hose outside. Kind of like, honestly, watering my plants is a journey. All right, let's begin, shall we? I'm gonna go ahead and use this one today. I made the mistake of leaving the plant fertilizer in a gallon of water, and then I didn't use the whole gallon of water, and then it molded. So don't make the same mistake I did, okay? Right now during growing season, I'm fertilizing every single week, and then once dormant season hits, October, I will not fertilize again until next May. I'm feeding her. They love food, so I'm gonna give her food. All right, and this stuff smells absolutely horrendous. If you get this brand, it smells horrendous. If you just have fiddles and you're just trying to fertilize with your fiddles, stick with the fiddle fertilizer. Got my plant food in there. Give her a nice big shake. Shake, shake. And now we're ready to water. For my small fiddles, I give them 3 cups of water. For my big trees, I give them 6 cups of water. 2 of these is 6. So, Hi-ho, let's LETS GO. This is my golden star. This used to be in my family room downstairs until just a couple months ago when I got like that ginormous tree you saw. I've had this girl for 3 years and she has never grown new leaves. We have 2 right here. We have 2 brand new leaves up here. These are 2 brand new leaves. This is a brand new leaf. This is a brand new leaf. I feel like I've, so freaking hot. Ask me why I'm wearing a full sweatsuit in the middle of summer. I don't know. Bad decision. The moisture meter. This has become my very best friend. You don't need it. You can just stick your finger 2 inches down into the soil. It needs to be bone dry. Bone dry before you should water it. So 2 inches down, you reach your finger down there, it's dry, you're good to go. Otherwise, I really like this guy. I'll stick the moisture meter in halfway between the branch and the end of the pot. Stick it in, a couple inches down. She's reading bone dry, bone dry. So she's ready to be watered. So for a tree this big, it gets 2 servings of this. So for a fiddle this big, my trees, they get 6 cups of water. So I'll fill this cup up twice and water it all the way through. They like to be dried out, but then when you water it, they like to be soaked. So I make sure that every single inch is soaked. So as long as water starts running through the bottom, I'm like, yeah, she got a good amount of water down there, you know? Right across from my golden star, we have Stefan's fiddle. She's a little droopy. She needs some water. Stefan got me this one for my birthday. So same thing with the bigger trees. It's gonna get a full 6 cups of water. I make sure that the whole soil is drenched. Drench it. I like to keep, I don't know, I feel like this is controversial, but I like to keep all of my plants in their nursery pot that have drainage holes at the bottom. If they have drainage holes on the sides, 911, repot them immediately. But you can see this one has all of its drainage holes at the bottom, so it gets plenty of drainage, which is super important because once again, root rot. We don't want it. So I keep them all in their plastic containers and then I just pop them into like my decor pots like this. I got all of these cement pots at my local plant nursery. With this gal right here, she's an in-betweener. You know, is she a tree? Is she a small one? Does she want 3 cups or 6 cups of water? So as long as I drench the entire soil and I see the water draining out, then I know I've done a good job at watering her. A lot of people are scared to let their fiddles soak in the water that comes out into the tray at the bottom, but I'll leave it here for a good hour and it soaks that water right back up, and I feel like this girl right here, she's happy. I always watch it. I don't let it sit in water for more than a few hours at the bottom, but most of the time it just soaks it all back up. I'm going for 6 cups with this girl. This is Big Fitty. She's my girl. She's my world. She touches the ceiling. She's very melodramatic. This is the star of the show. You know, you walk in, this is the first thing you see. Joy, happiness. I'm gonna water her. She's so dramatic. I'll show you a before and after of when she gets watered on her most melodramatic day. So you can see this top leaf is super droopy. All of the leaves are super droopy, to be honest. You know, like she's very sad right now, okay? She is super, super root bound and definitely needs to be repotted. So you can see just how root bound she is. She definitely needs to be repotted next weekend. I mean, she needs to be repotted now, but I'll do it next weekend. Love her. All right, and here she is the next day, okay? Look at her. She is cheered up. The top leaf sticking straight up, all these leaves. She looks very happy, very healthy. Let's move in to the next segment of this video, repotting your fiddle. Listen, fiddles are finicky. I'll say it till the day I die. I'll die probably before you, let's be honest. You're a survivor. I've had this fiddle for 2 years now. I have not once repotted it. It loves her life. She grows new leaves. She is a very happy fiddle. Look at that. You see that big freaking leaf? This is a very happy, happy girl. Fiddles love small spaces, so I never feel the need to repot it unless it's super, super root bound or it's been quite a bit. So I don't know how long she's been in her pot before I got her, but I've had her for 2 years and now I'm going to repot her. When you repot her, you want to make sure that you have a pot with proper drainage. So stinking important. If you bought a fiddle and it has holes on the side, please, for the love of all things holy, like I said, repot your fiddle right away, okay? Your fiddle needs proper drainage. So this guy has plenty of holes right at the bottom, and you want to go 2 to 4 inches bigger than the size you have now. So this fiddle right now is in a 10-inch pot, and now I'm moving her to a 12-inch pot. Big day for this girl. The last time that I repotted my fiddles, which was a month ago, I was attacked with a gnat infestation, and that was the worst experience of my life. So from here on out, I will be repotting inside. Soil choice is very important. This is my favorite, G&B Organics Palm, Cactus and Citrus Planting Mix. Also great for succulents and plumerias. Love this. I love the palm and cactus for my fiddles. Here's the thing about repotting a fiddle. Sometimes you just want to go crazy. You want to take off all the soil from this bad boy, but you can't because, like I said, they're finicky. What most people like to do is separate these two branches out. You can do that. You just have to be careful and gently pull the root balls away from each other. I love the look of this plant. I love having two branches together, so I'm going to keep it all together. So here we go. I'm going to start by filling this up with 4 inches of soil at the bottom. By repotting, we're going to give it some more space to grow, shine, be a happy, healthier version of herself, just like us, you know? I have gardening gloves. I'm going to go get those. They're so stinking cute. Here we go. Gloves intact. So I'm just going to give this a soft little, you know, push. Nothing crazy. Pack it down a little bit. Boom. Easy, easy, easy. Okay, here comes the scary part. All right. I'm going to put her on her side here. Nice and gentle. I only repot when it's nice and dry, so then the roots aren't as traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at that. She's a rooty gal. So she has little baby roots. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I'll loosen this up a little bit. This is like super compact, but for the most part, I'm just gonna set her in her new tub. She is stiff. Sheesh. I'm gonna take her, I'm gonna pop her right in her new pot, you know? We don't want to traumatize her, so just put her in here and call it a day. So now I'm gonna fill in the sides with soil, fill the top with soil, and then we're gonna take her outside and give her a nice good soak. Now that she's in her new home, I'm gonna take her outside and just drench her. My kitchen's filthy, don't look. So after you repot it, I like to drench it. Sometimes you have to add a little bit more soil. If you have any of those air pockets come up, add a little bit more soil. I'm even gonna give her a bath, which is my favorite way to wash my fiddles because you do need to keep those leaves very clean. So I like to take it outside and just spray it down. It's so gentle on the leaves. Otherwise, you can wet a paper towel and wipe down each leaf individually. But I have a lot of fiddles. And then after you repot your plant, do not fertilize it for 4 weeks. When you water it, just water it without fertilizer. It's already getting all those new nutrients from the soil, so it doesn't need fertilizer for 4 weeks, okay? Don't say I didn't warn you, okay? 4 weeks. I don't know if you can see, but these leaves are dusty and crusty. So I'm just gonna spray it down gently with a hose, get these leaves all crispy and clean. She'll be good to go. Alright, so this has been my little propagation station for the last couple of months. I was gonna say weeks, but they've been here way too long. So all of these sprouted roots within 6 to 8-ish weeks. Once they're at ½ an inch, you're supposed to plant them. I should have planted these forever ago, so I don't know if they're gonna work. I just wanted to show you that you can grow roots. Will they grow leaves? I do not know, but we will see. An update on my propagated fiddles. All 4 of them got some new leaves. So this little cutie has 1. This has 2 new leaves, 3 right here, and this one has 2. So it's a process, but this is the proof that you can propagate your fiddles. And now I have 4 little baby fiddles that will one day grow to be big and tall and strong. See? Positive affirmations. Sweet baby angel, sweet baby angel, sweet baby angel. You guys are doing amazing, okay? To wrap up this video, I present to you Whitney's 10 commandments to a fiddle leaf fig. Keep in mind, I'm not an expert. These are just things that I live by and have worked for me. And my 8 cutie patootie fiddle leaf figs. Number 1, bright indirect sunlight. My 3 fiddles right behind me, these 2 guys and Big Fiddy over here, they never get 1 ounce of sunlight directly on their leaves, but they get plenty of bright indirect sunlight. I'll even add some grow lights. You guys have seen me talk about my grow lights and favorites videos. I'll link them again below in the description box. Your fiddles love sunlight, but they hate that direct sunlight. So make sure that you put them next to a window that is gonna give them bright, bright, bright indirect sunlight. You can supplement with lights if you need to, just like how I always supplement with a humidifier, especially during the winter. They love humidity, okay? Commandment number 2, don't drown your plant. Let your plant dry out in between waterings. Number 3, provide proper drainage. Do not let your plant sit in water. Make sure there are drainage holes at the bottom of your pots. If you are going to pot it into a planter like this, make sure that there are holes at the bottom so that water can escape down and your plant's not just sitting in water. Commandment number 4, make sure that you are nurturing and nourishing your fiddle. Give it that food that it needs. These guys require a lot of energy to create these big mother freaking beautiful leaves. Use that plant fertilizer. I wish I would have started doing it earlier. I bet my trees would be like double the size if I would have done it earlier. Commandment number 6, let her rest in winter. Rest is very important. In those dormant seasons, please leave her alone, okay? Don't bother her. She's sleeping. Don't fertilize during those months. Water less. I always move to 10 to 12 days during the cold winter months. Number 7, fiddles are finicky. They're delicate creatures. Set it and forget it. Once you choose a spot in your room, just let it sit there. Don't move it. When she's happy, if she's thriving, she's happy, don't change her environment. Be gentle with her leaves. They're so easy to care for as long as you understand that they are finicky and you gotta just let them do their own thing, okay? Miss Independent. Number 8, repot when her bottom no longer fits. She's outgrown her pants. If she's outgrown her pot, repot her. If your plant is getting super root bound, you see the roots coming out from the holes at the bottom, make sure you give her a new home. She has outgrown her current home. She is ready for change and growth. My big fitty right here was so freaking root bound, but all I did was add new soil on top because I don't want her to grow. I just want her to continue being happy and healthy. Commandment number 9, words of affirmation. Check in on her and send her positive vibes, okay? Listen, I haven't done the research, but I just know that there's research out there that says talking to your plants helps them. So talk to them, check in with them. Just like I tell you to tell yourself you're doing amazing, tell your girls that they're doing amazing, or men. I don't know. All my girls are girls. It's a girls gang in here. You know, let her know that she's doing good. Check in on her once a week. Give her some lovin' nubbins. Tell her she's beautiful. Stand up for her if somebody does her dirty. You know how many times Stefan will run into my little girls? Come for my fiddle, I come for you. And last but certainly not least, remember, less is more. She is Miss Independent. Just let her be. Less is more, baby. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and seeing my obsession and passion for fiddles come to life. They bring me too much joy. I'm not a plant person. I can kill a cactus. That's saying a lot. I'm not good with succulents. That's saying a lot. Fiddles are my girl. If I can take care of a fiddle, then you can take care of a fiddle. I have faith. As long as you follow the 10 commandments of Fiddle Leaf Figs provided by me, Whitney. All right, guys, I love you so much. And until next time, me and my cute little fiddles, all 8 of them, we'll see you next time.